As Indians grapple with coronavirus, the non-COVID patients are hesitating to visit hospitals for treatment of their diseases for fear of contracting it. But here's one hospital that's fighting hard to change this. Meenakshi Mission Hospital is leading this change in Madurai. Dr. Guru Shankar, chairman of the hospital, tells us how the hospital has adopted innovative measures to ensure safety of its patients and staff.
Hello, and very warm welcome, Dr. Guru Shankar. Thanks so much for joining us today. Doctor, today we'll be discussing a lot of things, right from the kind of innovations that MMHRC has been up to the kind of measures that the hospital is taking to ensure safety of its employees and patients during the COVID-19 times. But let me start with a very simple question. Somebody like me who is educated and very well aware of the kind of measures and precautions that good hospitals like yours are taking these days. Despite that, I'm also someone who's equally scared of visiting a facility, who's fearful of contracting a virus like the coronavirus or any other infection. So, you're a doctor and I'm sure, interacting with a lot of your patients these days. What are the kind of fears that patients are actually facing these days?
See, I fully agree that there is a lot of fear in the community, in the country with all of us. It's not just with patients. Even some of the doctors and healthcare workers also have this fear. But we have reached a point in life, we have reached a point in our country where we have to manage this fear. We have to live with this disease till we find a vaccine or till we find a cure. So we can't omit and run away from it. We are going to have more non-COVID death than COVID death. It is because if people with an ailment, they delay their treatment because of the fear of COVID, and if they stay at home, and if they don't come to a hospital and get themselves treated, that's going to progress badly and that's going to kill them eventually. That shouldn't happen. That's an avoidable death. We can save their lives. And the only thing that is stopping it is the fear. So we should break that fear. So taking that into account, we have devised a lot of security measures. We have put them into place, and we have made sure that the COVID positive patient or the coronavirus positive patient has to be treated separately, and the other patients who are healthy patients have to be treated separately. We make sure that this mix doesn't happen, because let me put it this way, we are the only cancer hospital in Madurai who do bone marrow transplantation, and we have a ward where we treat kids with cancer. And most of the kids with cancer, it's a charitable program which we do. So most of the kids with cancer whom we treat, we are treating free of cost. Now, kids with cancer are immunocompromised, which means that their immunity level is much lower than healthy adults or healthy children, because already they have cancer and already they are under chemotherapy. So chemotherapy will reduce their immunity level. So they're immunocompromised.
Right.
If they get COVID or if they get coronavirus, their chances of death is so high. So they are called vulnerable people. So we basically we can't afford to have a spread within the hospital. So we make sure that there is no spread within the hospital. In fact, because of the measures we have taken, I personally feel that a hospital is inside the hospital. It is much safer than outside the hospital, because outside people don't know how many of us are wearing masks today. Let us be honest. If you look around in Tamil Nadu, in Madurai, especially in Madurai, if you go around, I don't see every individual wearing a mask, every individual having social distancing norms. Practically, it's not possible in India and few areas also. And even if it is possible, we have the Chalta Hai attitude in India. And
well, I am wearing mine. Mine is right here. I've just taken it off for you for this interview.
Yeah.
But I get your point. What you're saying is absolutely correct. That people are not following social distancing very, very thoroughly. Not everybody is wearing a mask. Some of us, unfortunately, cannot even afford a mask every day. But in this scenario, you said that you're ensuring that you guys are not mixing the patients. But that, I'm sure, was being done even before coronavirus had sort of hit the country and the world. But what during the pandemic are the new norms, the new measures that the hospital is taking? What are the new kind of innovations that you guys have taken up these days?
See, one is not mixing the patients, but when we actually wanted to protect our healthy patients from the corona patients, we devised a strategy. We have to first understand how the virus spreads. The virus spreads by few ways. What are those ways? If someone has coronavirus and if they sneeze, it comes as a droplet and it falls on surfaces and it can be in the air for some time. Now, if we are near them, we can breathe in and we can get it. If it is on a surface, if you touch the surface and if you touch your eyes, nose, or if you eat, then you get it. So
Right.
these are the ways. Plus, if it is on any other surface which you don't realize, like if you get into an elevator or a lift and you press a button, but the person who was before pressed the same button, and if he was COVID positive or coronavirus positive, and the virus was there in his hand, it can spread. So
Correct.
it is by touching, by breathing, we get it. These are the ways. So identifying this, like realizing this, we have devised a strategy where there's a 6-stage protection where we do to protect our healthy patients who are coming into the hospital, our non-coronavirus patients. So the non-coronavirus patients are the patients I'm calling as healthy patients. So to protect them, what we have done is this 6-stage protection. The first stage starts from the security guy. So even the security, he is having a helmet. It's called the AA helmet. It has a thermal image camera and a field which he can see. So the
Okay.
security can see all the people who move around the hospital or who enter the hospital. Anyone with a high temperature will be stopped by the security and will be diverted to the fever clinic where they are checked for COVID. So if we doubt them for COVID or coronavirus, that's a different strategy we approach. So the first filter is the temperature from the security. Now next they come into the fever clinic where the doctors and our staff check them. Then we have a thermal imaging camera in all the common places where people move. So anyone with a fever will be located. Then we have 3 different types of testing. RT-PCR is the best one, and we have 3 of those machines, and we have those machines to test for COVID and get the results as fast as possible. Then we have another machine, which is a robo, which sprays a certain disinfectant, and because it's a robo, it works 24/7. It doesn't stop. It goes around the hospital, it keeps spraying, and then every nook and corner of the building is being sprayed with the disinfectant continuously. So the first 3 things, what we are doing is we are stopping people with fever, mixing with people with no fever. The second option is we are doing as much test as possible. And third one is we have these robots going around spraying these disinfectants to clean. Then we have the other kind of robots which goes and serves food to COVID patients. So the human interaction with coronavirus patients is minimized. Lesser the human interaction, lesser the chances of spread.
Right.
So all these are done. Plus, we have also devised our own instruments. Like we have found a Bluetooth stethoscope. It is devised by our own doctors and by our own biomedical team, where the doctor can be a bit away from the patient, and the stent can be kept in the patient, and the doctor can auscultate, can hear the heart sounds and the lung sounds. So that has been done. There's another Tanjavur air barrier technique devised by our Dr. Kesavamurthy from Tanjavur, as well as the biomedical team. So that is basically a hood connected to a pipe which gets the clean air, which is also filtered by a filter called HEPA filter. So now what happens is, when the doctor is wearing the hood and when he's treating the patient, it's in a cath lab, when he's doing a procedure, no matter what happens outside, the hood protects him and he's getting the air filtered through the, HEPA filter. So the chance of doctor getting COVID is gone. Now, if the doctor doesn't get COVID, the reason why we are protecting our doctors is, if a doctor gets it, all the other patients who are going to come and see him will also get it. We don't want to have that chain. We have to break that chain. So we make sure that the transmission is stopped. So this hood will help the doctor to protect him. Second, it also helps the doctor to treat the patients without worrying about whether he's having a safe environment or not.
Right, which is such a great initiative for your own employees and doctors whose health is equally an equal priority for all of us.
Yes.
So, Dr. Guru Shankar, tell me, you talked about a lot of new equipment and new practices that are being taken up at the hospital right now. How did you guys go about planning for it? Because the whole country was under lockdown, so I'm sure some of the equipment may have been imported, some of it may have been planned. How did you go about that? Please tell us.
Almost all of these equipments are imported. In fact, one of the equipment which is indirectly helping us is an N95 mask making machine.
Right.
We imported that N95 mask making machine, and we are the only hospital in India which has a mask making machine and who is making their own N95 mask for our own staff, for doctors, as well as we are giving it to the public in general.
Wow.
So now the reason why we imported these machines, whether it's N95 mask making machines or whether these robots or all these other equipments, is because when our Honorable Prime Minister announced a lockdown on the first day itself, we realized how serious the situation is. Because we knew what was happening in US or Italy.
Right.
And then it's a matter of time we knew that it will spread around the country. At the time when we were making the order for these companies, there was not even a single case in Madurai. Not even a single coronavirus case in Madurai.
Oh my God, but still you guys preempted that there could be a spike.
It was very obvious. I think it was not a rocket science because our Prime Minister did his best in making the lockdown as early as, we did it in March, but in a country like India, we were able to realize that what is ideally can be done cannot be done here. So we realized there will be flaws in it and there will be spread and we have to be prepared for it. See, we were hoping that it will not spread. But if it spreads, I wanted to make sure that our hospital is the safest hospital in the country. So the policy decision what we took was this. We have to focus on COVID, on coronavirus treatment and make sure that we create the best situation for patients to visit the hospital and best situation for our doctors to practice. The reason why we planned earlier is there are two benefits out of it. One is, now we are protecting our staff and we are protecting our patients from the possibility of getting coronavirus.
Right.
Second, we are bringing down the cost. Now we are basically insulated our hospital from the ups and downs of N95 mask. Whether the mask goes up outside in the market or goes down, it really doesn't bother me because I'm making my own mask. So, and I think when we have planned it earlier, that helped us. And the main reason for us to plan it earlier was when we saw what happened in US and Italy, it was very obvious India will be in the situation now. So we can predict what could happen in future. And to some extent, I can say what could happen by November, December also in the coming months.
Right. And how do you plan to tackle the situation in the coming months? Are there any further plans?
See, we have leased out 2 more hospitals. We can't build a hospital suddenly. So what we have done is, in order to increase capacity of beds, we have leased out 2 other hospitals and we have staffed them, we have equipped them, and we are treating patients now with them also. So in a short span of time, Meenakshi Mission Hospital was able to expand its services and to cater to people as much as possible. Technically, let's put it this way. This is like a war for the whole country. And I think it's the duty of every hospital, every doctor to put their best effort in this fight. And to be honest, most of the hospitals and most of the doctors are doing it, and they are doing a phenomenal job. The government is doing what they could, because we have to understand that no country or no government in the world has faced the situation like this. A pandemic is something none of us would have seen in the last 100 years.
That's true. So, Doctor, MMHRC is, claims to be one of the safest hospitals in the country. Is there any message that you'd like to give your patients, who are still fearful of contracting a virus by coming to the hospital, who are avoiding going to hospitals? Is there anything that you want to convey to them?
Yeah, let me put it this way. Coronavirus is there in the country. Hospitals like us, we are taking extraordinary measures, and that because of these measures, the chances of getting coronavirus inside the hospital is less. Whereas outside, if you go to the market, if you go to a mall or a crowded place, the chances of getting coronavirus is definitely there. So, in the fear of coronavirus should not basically stop a patient from getting proper treatment for his other ailments. Just because coronavirus has come, it doesn't mean that cancer is no more there. It doesn't mean that heart ailments are no more there. It doesn't mean that other diseases are no more there. See, we have other diseases in the community and we have to treat them. We can't just ignore it. So if patients are having problems, they should come to the hospital and they have to be confident that they're coming to a safe place. We can reassure that we are doing everything in science and technology possible to make sure that they are being given a safe environment to be treated.
So, Doctor, what are your next plans to combat COVID-19 in the coming months?
See, so far, we have imported all these equipments. We have created a safe environment for the hospital to treat COVID patients as well as non-COVID patients. And we have made sure that the spread doesn't go from a coronavirus positive patient to a healthy other patient, a non-coronavirus patient. Now, in this process, we are also importing a few high-end telemedicine equipments from a company in San Francisco in US. So these equipments are used in the world's best hospitals. Like Mayo Clinic has designed one of this equipment. And it is an amazing technology which has been for some time, but it has never come to India. So we'll be the first hospital which will be importing it. The advantage of this equipment is it's like this Zoom call. It's basically you keep this equipment with the patient and the doctor can be in another room. He can even be in another country. And basically all the examinations can be done through this equipment to the patient. So this is a mind-blowing technology.
Oh,
and
wow. So completely contactless is what you're saying.
Yes, a doctor will be in another room or in another place and he can basically examine a patient through this robot. And this device has already been in use in US, United States. And in US, they're using it in different parts across United States. And Mayo Clinic is also using it. And I have seen it work in my own friend's hospital. And it's an amazing technology. And we'll be the first hospital to import it and bring it to Madurai. Yeah. And the second one, what we are planning to do is there is a company in New Zealand. Basically, they have found a hand sanitizer which can work 24 hours. So normal hand sanitizer, if you apply it in your hand, it kills the bacteria and viruses at that point of time. So if someone has virus in their hand and you put a hand sanitizer, that kills it. But subsequently, if they touch a place with the virus, they will get it and it will be in the hand. So there's a risk of getting the virus. Because this one, the regular hand sanitizer has alcohol and it kills the virus when it is wet. When it is dry, it doesn't kill. The product which I'm talking about kills the virus when it is dry and it is killing mechanically. So basically, if you apply it to the hand, there's small spikes which come around the hand. And when you touch the bacteria or virus, it kills it. The advantage is that you apply in the morning, it works 24 hours. You don't have to apply each and every time you touch a surface, which is a significant, I think, development in today's scenario. It's going to be a very important.
Absolutely. And there are no side effects, you're saying? So you just have to apply it once and you're safe for like 24 hours?
Yes. And it has been for some time. The thing is, no one really cared about this product because we never had a pandemic.
Yeah, actually, we didn't care about a lot of things earlier, actually, Doctor. A lot of new things are happening these days, unfortunately. Yeah. But we really hope that the situation gets better soon. And we really hope that all our patients and doctors are, safe and we get through the situation with ease and strength. And I think that you guys are doing a brilliant job. So more power to you, Doctor, and your hospital. And thanks so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.